Good afternoon, class. This is Justin Carey again for another Raspberry Pi tutorial. It is currently 12:30 p.m. Wednesday, July the 30th. And what I'm going to partially show you how to do is how to turn your Raspberry Pi into a classical gaming device or arcade gaming console. So in other words, you'll be able to play games like Metroid, Super Metroid, Super Mario 64, Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis, and so on and so forth, and a bunch of other games, especially the Atari. The old. But anyways, let me show you how to do this. So if you are using GUI, then open up the LX terminal. If you're not, then you should already be have a command line set up for you. So let me zoom in for you guys, and my hands will be shaking. My hand will be shaking this whole entire time because I'm a little sick and I don't feel like getting up to go reconnect all my recording equipment right now. So yeah, that's that. So the first thing you need to do is actually update your Raspberry Pi properly, and to be safe. So let me scroll back up through my code, and you're gonna hit, or should I say enter, let me make it clear for you guys. So you're going to type in sudo apt-get update, and then you're going to hit enter. Now in my case, you won't see a line of code on my screen, a long line of code, but you will on yours because it takes some time to process all the necessary information for the update to be done. Now this is only the step 1 of the update. So in my case, it's reading package list, and it's and it's trying to get the stuff from raspberrypi.com. Now once this is over, it should pop back right here. You should see this pop right underneath it once it's done. You should see whatever you have named your Raspberry Pi, and it says some files were failed to download because I already have the file. So yeah, so that is the first script line you'll be doing. So again, my hands will be shaking, so bear with me for a while. The next line you want to do is upgrade. You want to do sudo apt-get upgrade. This is a part of downloading the updates that you need. So you're going to put sudo apt-get upgrade -y git. I see git because I've tried to dictate this to somebody and they just didn't understand. So yeah, git. And then you're gonna have a few minutes of waiting time to have this all processed, but in my case it's going to be very quickly, as you can see. And now, since we have the update, now you need to install the update. So this isn't Windows, folks. It won't do it automatically for you. You can't be lazy. This is what real computing is all about, doing the work for yourself. Oh man. Don't tell me I passed it again. Let's see. Where did I put the code? Where did I put that line of script? Oh, no, that's not it. Up, it's further up. Okay. Don't mind me if my hand is shaking upwards. I'm actually just trying to scan through my previous scripts that I've written. Where is it? Okay, there you go. Now you want to do The last line is do sudo apt-get install -y git dialog. So in other words, you're going to be technically writing the same thing as you've done with the sudo apt-get upgrade, but instead you're just replacing the word upgrade with install, and you're adding an extra word to the very end, which is dialog right here, as you can see. Do that and wait a few minutes for it to do the installation for the update, and then we'll be moving on to the next step. And the next step will be to actually, let me hit enter so I can get to the next line. And it tells me it's already the newest version because I've already updated it now. So I won't have a long line of code like you guys, but that's what would happen if you tried to do this process again, since you already have it. And then the next line. Yes, CD. You're gonna type in CD if you don't know what CD means. CD stands for change directory. See, change the directory. Hit enter, and I'm gonna find the appropriate code for it. You're going to type this in, this long line of code. I'm not going to dictate it. I'm just going to let you guys see because I don't feel like talking too much, even though I will be talking. So as you see, this is as should it be. So I'll give you guys a minute to type in this script, and then I'll move on to the next process. Okay, now once that process is done, hit enter, and it should get something from the website, which is what we're doing. And now you must make sure you have an internet connection now. You must make sure you have an internet connection. No connection means this will not work. Now, in my case, I'm not going to have a long line of code like you guys because it's already there. Because as you can see, fatal destination path already exists. It's not in the directory because I already made a directory and I've already created such a file. Now the next step, very important step. Once you have it all downloaded and everything hopefully everything is smooth, the next thing is very simple. You're going to do this. You're going to do CD, change the directory because you are changing the directory because you haven't done anything yet. You created the directory, but now you got to change it to the directory. So once you do CD RetroPie setup the way as I have written, you should get this. So that should be in blue, right between the $ and net tilde. And then after that, where is the other next line of code? Where are you? The next line is very simple. You want to do chmod. So let me just make this clear for you. You want to do chmod +x RetroPie _ setup.sh, excuse me. And my hand's in the way, sorry about that. And then hit enter, go to the next line, which will put you down there, and you need to put in the last line of code, or script. I keep saying code. Bad habit from doing C++ too much. There it is, boom. That is the last line. and you need ample space in your device to actually finish the process. But if you don't finish it, it's not the end of the world because you've already created the file for it. All you need to do is partition your SD card and then go from there. And I'll prove it to you that you've actually made a new directory for it. So this is the actual setup. This is actually to do this setup. And if I hit enter, it will tell me, because I've done some wonking around with some other stuff, and it says minimum recommended space is 781 megabytes, not available, and it will say try to do sudo rasp config to actually partition the drive, resize, whatever. Now I can just bypass this. I can do whatever the heck I want because it's not going to crash or do anything. And if I hit Y for yes, so like I hit Y for yes, you should appear, this screen should appear on your screen. Choose installation of other base binaries or other sources. Now the recommended way of downloading this is source base, which means you will have up-to-date stuff and up-to-date versions of all the apps, if you will, or should I say emulators, better yet. Now you can do that, but you will have to wait 16 to 20 hours because there's a lot of stuff in it. It's like, yeah, I know, in the day and age where we got to download something, it takes 16 to 20 hours. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, but there's a limit on how much this thing can compute, so it takes a while. So if you guys are saucy enough, you can go ahead and do the source-based installation. If you guys want to just mess around, be my guest, go binaries-based installation. Just be warned, you might not have the updated version of what you need. So there's that. So that's basically it. And if you want to perform a reboot, well, to perform the reboot, we'll start the Raspberry Pi up all over again and bring you back to the screen. And I don't mean this screen. I don't mean this one. I mean the actual screen before I've done all this. So I'm going to close this out. And I'm going to prove to you that this is actually there for you in your directory, as a directory. So if you don't know how to get to the directory, just go to File Manager, which is right down here. And I mistakenly opened this 3 times because I'm in a hurry and I have a trigger finger. So yeah. Now as you can see very clearly, that I have another directory. I have the RetroPie setup and I have the RetroPie. Now you don't have to go through all the crazy nonsense if you don't want to go through the non-GUI aspects of installing the ROMs. You can just take an SD card, not an SD card, you can just take a flash drive and plug it into your Raspberry Pi and then place the ROMs in here. Now that's what you need. In order to play your games, you need to have ROMs. So places like coolrom.com, which I've been using since, I don't know, I was 14 to play games on my computer. That's the way to go in my opinion. Now, granted, hopefully some of the games you want are not taken down due to copyright laws. But if they are, then you could probably try to torrent them, because people will still send out things even if it's illegal. So yeah. So that's where you'll be putting them. You'll be putting your ROMs right here, and you need to make sure you download ROMs. So to recap what I just said, what I just explained to you and what it's all for, it's the easiest way to download, or should I say install, RetroPie onto your SD card without having to take it out and downloading it from your computer onto the SD card and putting it back in. This is the quickest way without actually having to remove anything. All you're doing is adding an Ethernet cable or Wi-Fi adapter to your Raspberry Pi, and you will be to establish an internet connection. You will need to establish an internet connection, and just need to go to your LX terminal and type in the scripts that I just previously showed you, and once you do everything properly, you should have a gaming console Raspberry Pi. So have fun, ladies and gentlemen, have fun, and just be careful. So this is Justin signing off, and I hope you guys do have fun with this.